What's up, everybody? It is the SBP. As always, I'm your boy Prime Source. What is good?
Heavy breathing, man. Running around, trying to get back, making the show late as usual.
You had some running around to do this morning. It happens, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's like a scheduled last minute thing. How you schedule last minute. But anyway, all good though. All good. Looking forward to some good football today and maybe some good women's hoops. I don't know.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. Bro. Speaking of that, have you seen the schedule for today for the women and women's hoop?
Nah, but Sunday must be the day because it seems like every Sunday is lit.
Man, it's fine. Matter of fact, I got to touch on this since you brought it. Let me put the readers on because I'm gonna need those
Uh-oh.
today. Yeah, readers on today.
Let me see what I'm saying.
So check this out, man. We get today, bro. We get 1 o'clock. Carolina and Notre Dame play each
I
other
remember
today
that.
in the women's.
Yeah.
Um, Carolina, number 22 in the country. Notre Dame had just fallen out of the top 25. A couple of recent losses, but nonetheless, 11-4. We get Hannah Hidalgo and that squad going at it. Shout out to Laney Grant, 804's own over on the Carolina side. Got
Hannah,
another intrigue. We say?
Hannah, but she 15 steals away from breaking the Notre Dame record or
Yep,
something like that.
the all time. She passed Noah Quinn a couple of weeks ago, her coach. Not Quinn, just drawing the
I
backwards. Ivy, Neil Ivy. The N always messed me up, Neil Ivy. But for the Notre Dame, I think at that time it was third, I believe. But yeah, she had a chance to become all time here today. I mean, if she wants to, but we know
for
she gonna go
real
crazy with the
possible.
steal. It's very anything with her numbers is possible. Anytime you can bust up double digit steals, you know, in a game, it's very possible. You got Georgia and South Carolina today. Look, South Carolina 16-1. Georgia's not ranked, but it is SEC ball. They 15-2. Um, I'll be watching Tennessee, Arkansas. Man, 3 o'clock. You talk about fire. Texas and LSU, number 2 against number 12, going down on ESPN today. Got that popping off. It's a couple of other good ones. Let me weed
Man,
through them
that's
real quick.
crazy.
Let's see. Michigan, Wisconsin might be all right. I ain't worried about Louisville and Pitt. There was another. Oh, a couple of major joints. First of all, number 5 against number 6, dog. Man, 4 p.m. on the SEC network, Oklahoma and Kentucky. I'm telling
Oh,
you right now, Leah Chavez, best freshman in the country, one of the best players in the country. If you don't know, you better get familiar. I've been telling y'all since I was on her junior year watching, not only her appear on ESPN a couple of times, but just been watching the videos. And she is off the chain. She's like that. She's like that. Aaliyah Chavez against Kenny Brooks and his Kentucky squad.
shout out
Fire.
to Brooks, former
Yes,
BT.
sir. 5-6. We got Maryland and Ohio State, 8 against 19. Um,
What
then
a
there's a
day.
couple of other ones, UCLA and Nebraska. But yeah, it's a fire day in the women's game, bro.
Love
Yeah.
that. Love to see it, especially coming off of watching watch some of Unrivaled yesterday and Friday. Man, good basketball by the women. That's all I'm watching for real. Like
Hey,
a little
hey.
bit of NBA, but that's WNBA. I mean, not WNBA, Unrivaled and women's college hoops as well.
Yeah. And also, man, speaking of Unrival, tonight, bro. Tonight. Do you know what happens tonight?
It's not the beginning of the one-on-one joint.
Now, so we got more basketball tonight. They've been on fire the last couple of nights, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
another game tonight. It's more a couple of games tonight. And we
Oh yeah,
get dog a fire matchup. You got the Rose
please
out here
listen.
taking on the Breeze.
Breeze, yeah.
Yeah, so we got two undefeated joints. We got Paige on one side. We got the point guard herself,
Chelsea.
Chelsea Gray, on the other side. Like this is going to be crazy, man, on both sides, man. I can't wait for that.
That's fire, especially Chelsea coming off they was down by 5, down by 4 or 5,
Mm-hmm.
and the game was about to be over. She knocked down back to back threes in that joint.
crazy. She done. I think she's got the most game winners out there in this little short, history of Unrivaled. Man, Chelsea has been off the meter with the passes and definitely with the big shots. Like come to Unrivaled, it's like she is the squad. Like for real. Let's be real. Last year, she was the key to them going on taking that thing home. I mean, she just took control. And this year, decent squad around her. Suge over there, Shakira Austin, all those. But that's her. Azra Stevens, but that's her squad.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's Chelsea's squad. So she's making that thing do what it do. And then on the other side, Paige out here doing her thing, and Dominique Malonga. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Malonga. I said it last year, but I'm telling you, she coming, bro.
I can't wait till she dunk. I'm waiting for that joint. No, I can't wait till they hit the alley. Paige throw the alley.
That's gonna be fire, man. So a lot of great things to look forward to in the women's side today. I know some of y'all are like, y'all talking women's basketball, and we got football on today. But again, as I say every week, that's what we got extra TVs in the house for. That's what we got iPads, laptops, computers, because my joint will be smoking today. You understand?
Yeah, make sure this joint charged up.
Yeah, it's gonna be smoking today, man. But yeah, man, it's great, man. Just you and I today. Looks like Didge couldn't make it. Didge was a little upset last night, so I'm gonna give him a little bit of a pass because
we're crying right now.
He had to pack up, man. He got a trip or something the other day, but he was a little upset last night, bro. So
I bet he was, but his feelings was hurt. Feelings hurt. You got to see the Bears again.
We was exchanging a few text messages in the group chat throughout the night, throughout the games, and he was a little more optimistic and reckless with him early.
I'm sure.
And then, in the early part of the second game than he was towards the end of the second game. So a lot of you been watching us. You wonder why. Don, what you doing, brother? Don in the house.
Cuz we ain't beefing, cuz we ain't beefing.
Oh, you thought you won't go to see me? We didn't know you was gonna be in the house, man. You got a big matchup today. I hope it's all done when the day is over, because one of y'all not gonna be happy. But
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Look, I can't get my feelings hurt today on no level, so I'm good. So
yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, funny. I popped up on my timeline. I believe it's been 2 years instead of one. Popped up on my timeline on Facebook the other day was memories. And one of my favorite pictures I've taken in the past probably 5 years was a shot of me, you, and Don standing outside of the brew house out there in World of Beer out in Short Pump. So we got to do that again. But yeah, that's my spot, man. But shout out to the Don Meg out there.
Yes, sir, cuzzo. I don't want no smoke.
He said, you don't want no smoke today, bro. You don't want no smoke. Well, before we get to the smoke that's probably coming, let's quickly jump back to yesterday, bro. Let's jump back to yesterday, man. Yesterday's games were both fire. And I know we were doing the Thursday joint and we were getting ready for Saturday's games. We were all concerned. It was like, man, that first game about to be garbage. This game about to be garbage. Rams about to go out here and wreck shop. And that's not quite the way it went down. As I told Diz yesterday, and I kind of alluded to it the other day because I did mention that the Panthers did win the first matchup. There's a reason. Ugly record and all, ugly division. There's kind of a reason, though, that they are in the playoffs. And regardless of the way we thought this game was going to go, we saw a lot of that last night. The boys fight, man.
Yeah, they did that thing, man. The Rams might not be who we think they are, for real. Unfortunately, because how you jump out on these people, and all you got to do on multiple occasions is put the dagger. You gotta twist the wrists. That's all you had to do. It was right there for you multiple times, and they just could not do it. They let the Panthers stick around a little bit, and what happened? They almost took that L. They was almost at the crib, man. I wouldn't have been mad, though. I wouldn't have been mad because they're a dangerous team and a lot more scary to see next week than Carolina would have been. Although we're not going to see him regardless whether we win or lose. We're not going to see him, but either way for anybody.
Well, first of all, you got to take your hat off to the Panthers. Regardless of what we thought about them, you got to take your hat off to them. The way they've been fighting all season, the way they fought yesterday. But also in this seems like one of those defining moments. If the Rams make it to the Super Bowl, this just seems like one of those things we're going to always remember. Like people are going to talk about or draw back on the performance they had and the way they had to scratch and claw and come back in this game, especially that last drive and especially that catch by Cody Parkinson.
Cody Parkinson. Kobe. I'm going to call him Cody. Kobe Parkinson. Yeah. I thought the tight ends would do even more than they did. I mean, they did their thing. Higbee I know Higbee had the one joint, 36-yard joint early in the game. Parkinson had the big touchdown to end it. So they did enough. That's all that really mattered. And, Puka went crazy.
Is Puka the best offensive player and non-quarterback in the game?
He might be. If he could stay healthy, then the answer would probably be yes. But you never know. You never know. And it's not like he played soft or nothing like that. He played like he run at people, trying to run people over, all that. He had the big breakup when he turned it to the DB on the overthrow and broke up the joint, and that led to a field goal, which kept
running the football.
Kept him running the ball. Like he does a lot of things. He is, Cuzzo, don't get mad. He is Deebo Samuels a couple years ago, but turned up like times 10.
I remember there was a time we was putting that label, and rightfully so, on Christian McCaffrey. Just how unstoppable McCaffrey has been throughout his career. But Puka, man, it's not just that Puka does everything for them. Like he lines up as a tight end. He lines up as a slot receiver. He lines up as an outside receiver. They put him in the backfield before this year. They run him in motion, jet sweep, like shoot, Puka threw the ball this year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild.
And not that this has anything to do with this, but and he can hoop too. You saw him hoop?
Nah, I ain't seen him hoop.
Oh yeah, he can hoop. He can hoop. He can dunk that thing. Bow. Yeah.
Oh, I believe he dunked it for sure.
Yeah.
He out of my mind.
He can hoop. Man, I forgot what I was gonna say. He reminded me of somebody, but yeah. He's crazy. That's a good comparison though. You think McCaffrey and Puka. Of course, Puka's a lot more, down the field because he's a receiver. McCaffrey's more between the tackles because he's a running back. But both of them are like great weapons to have on your squad.
Man, ain't no type Deebo slander. Add more to it. Well, because he ain't caring about Deebo no more anyway.
Yeah, true that.
Deebo ain't family no more. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, Deebo is the real deal. What I loved about this game is not only the fight that Carolina got, because shout out to Bryce Young, dog. Yeah. Shout out to Bryce Young. Like I'm convinced it's no flukes here. It's nothing about he just suddenly got hot. The dude can play. He can play. They were talking last year, and there was folks talking about when he beat his starting quarterback, maybe entertain some offers for him, like some people in the organization was ready to possibly say, you know what, let's move on. Let's cut our losses and move on. He's had a hell of a season. And, man, he was on fire yesterday, man. He made good decisions. I kind of felt bad. I wasn't rooting really for either team, even though I kind of would like to see the Rams advance a little bit more. But I felt kind of bad for him, man, because dude was leaving it all out there. He played with a lot of heart yesterday.
Yeah, he was connecting with Tremble, with Coker. Coker went crazy. Good, Yeah. I'm so mad. I was so mad looking at my lineup. And, of course, I was nowhere near in the money when it was all over. But I had Coker out the gate, Coker and Kyron Williams. I took them out and went with McMillan and I forgot who else. DeAndre Swift. I was like, that'll be a little more balance. Yeah, that was stupid on my.
Yeah, I'm sitting as of right now. That's going to change because I can imagine how many minutes folks got left. Some folks ain't played nobody yet, so I know how this
Yeah.
might go down. But I'm sitting in first place currently in the SBP joint, and I'm thinking about what might have been because I did have. You talk about Coca, so I had Coca, but then I did yank Coca.
Yeah.
And I also had Chuba Hubbard because I was trying to make the money work, if nothing else.
Right.
And I yanked Chuba Hubbard. All right. So, and I'm sitting there like, wow. So, but I went into yesterday with Stafford,
Me too.
Devontae Adams.
No.
It seemed like I played Calvin Williams in almost every lineup. That's just me. Maybe because I have him in all my fantasy teams all the time.
Yeah, I never play him. I tried to play him yesterday.
Yeah, Calvin Williams and my man, who else did I have yesterday? Matter of fact, I know that when I looked at it, Devontae Adams was the only player that I had that did not hit double figures yesterday.
Well, that's pretty good. Then.
I had also had I had Moore from the Bears. Shout out to him in that last touchdown.
That's pretty good. That's a good shot.
And I had Loveland for the Bears.
Oh, Loveland went crazy too.
Yeah, so the lowest score I had was 9, which was from Devontae Adams. Everybody else was 26, 14, 25, and 22.
But you didn't have Puka.
Huh?
But you didn't have Puka.
Nah, and the crazy thing, too, people that led majority of the time before we got into the Chicago game last night, the two that were leading most of the time, one of them was Joe Cassis. I can't remember who the other person was. But they actually had the Stafford stack with Puka.
Yeah, that's what I had. Still ain't get to the money.
Yeah, so now they got a lot of players left, man. So I doubt I finish in first place, but I do have ATN left. I do have Washington left from Jacksonville, and I do have the Texans defense. So we'll see. We'll see. Good. We'll see what goes down. So I don't know. I'll take second place if that. If I get that, but that probably ain't gonna happen either. So shout out. It's some real gamers still left out here. They got a lot of players left. People we usually see near the top of these SBP fan duels all the time. They got a lot of minutes left. So I'm probably in trouble. Probably ain't winning no money. Yeah, but anyway, man, I will say the thing that impressed me the most about this game was the strategy, because remember I talked about on Thursday, and nobody talks about how good the corners are for Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all people, if y'all don't know, that cornerback tandem is top 5 in the league, in my opinion. Those Mike Jackson and J.C. Horn are legit. They had to tackle a monster yesterday, but they legit, bro. Now, if you notice that last drive, did you notice that everything was underneath for the most part?
Yeah.
Everything McVay threw was underneath. There was always a running back in the middle of the field. You know what I'm saying? If he wanted in picking up a blitz, that was underneath. There was a tight end underneath. You know what I'm saying? He found a way on one play to get Puka underneath, before they hit that joint to Parks on the end. So McVay said, I ain't no dummy. I know these dudes get down. I'm going to throw everything underneath and inch my way up the field. I'm going to see what happens. And it turned out, to be a victory for the Rams.
Yeah, that's why I thought it would be more tight end work across the board for the Rams. But they worked it out. It ain't matter in the end. They worked it out and got out of there with the dub. So, yeah, it could be a defining moment.
So hats off to the Rams, man. So they're sitting back. I didn't even bring my other notes in. So and Dej ain't here to look it up. So I could look it up, but I'm not.
What's that?
Yeah. I was just going back on the scenario for next week now for them as they're waiting to figure out who their opponent is.
They're the lowest seed that could be left, so they got to play Seattle.
Well, no, I thought I saw something. You know what? You might be right. I might be thinking about that. Yeah. I thought I saw something that they
the three.
Yeah,
and
right.
6. So we play in the 2.
Yeah. You're right. You're exactly right. So I'm thinking about the Chicago game. So
it's all right, man. I know you ain't really got to worry about it, so it ain't really your concern,
As crazy as that is true. That is true. So I can sit back and enjoy. Especially when y'all two get at it, because I ain't got a lot of love for either one for historical reasons.
Yeah, no doubt.
Original and historical reasons. So it's gonna be what that's gonna be.
For sure.
Yeah, that second game, wow. Wow. If they would like hold my beer, bro, that second game, the Chicago Bears coming from behind, scoring 25 points in the fourth quarter alone is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And I know people are going to point to the field goals that was missed and the extra points and stuff by McManus. And that is true. But they played the game. That's why they play the game. You play the game for an opportunity to be in position for when things like that happen and the door to open for them. And
Right.
If I'm happy for anybody, I'm not a Bears fan. I'm not a Bears hater. But this is probably the happiest I've ever been for Caleb Williams, no matter what happens to him the rest of this season. I'm happy for that young man.
No doubt. Yeah, me too. Because he was thrown in the trash by some people last season. I was like, y'all getting rid of this man after one season. All right, that's what we're doing. And he had a chance to come back with a great offensive mind, and Ben Johnson coming over to Chicago and having the destiny of beating Green Bay twice. That's what he was on out the gate. So shout out to Caleb Williams for and he, even early in the game, I would have thought that he was not mentally ready, but he was more reactive than he usually is vocally. Like you can see him multiple times, like mad, and it seemed like the moment might have been too big for him. That was clearly not the case by the time we got to the end of this thing.
Well, he kept doing what he does. He's one of the coaches that goes for it all the time on fourth down. He didn't deviate from what he'd been doing the entire season. And he wasn't successful a lot early in those games. And 4th and 1s was killing him. So much it was a lot of Dan Campbell memes all over social media during that time period.
I ain't see them.
I ain't say it. I saw 3 or 4 of them like quick.
Dang.
And they were throwing it up, about Ben Johnson. And you talk about no love law. Did you see the exchange or no exchange between him and an old boy at the end of LaFleur at the end of the joint?
Yeah, he kept it moving, boy. It was full speed, and bam, I'm out.
So I don't know if I really realized how deep that really was. I know it's a little trash talk and a smack talk. I know he went into his press conference talking about, going in and beating, LaFleur, and them twice a year and all that stuff. So it didn't happen in the regular season, which is funny. He didn't beat him twice in the regular season.
He got one.
But he's beating them twice this year now. So
that's the key.
So I guess he caught him, when it mattered, man. But yeah, man, that was an exciting game to watch, and to see Caleb Williams orchestrate, and Ben Johnson. I mean, the play calling to me was brilliant, and it was having a lot of trust in your players, not just Caleb Williams, who had a couple of errant throws, but also had some receivers that probably didn't do what they were supposed to do and ended up in the right spot, So, but trusting your team, because nothing was more. 2 things stuck out to me on that last drive. The confidence they have in all the players, especially Colston Loveland, which I had mentioned several times on this, on this show. The year he's had is crazy as a youngster.
Yep.
But go back to DJ Moore again. After DJ Moore, they dropped that pass. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, it was what? Yeah, it was a couple of drop passes last night that were like wide open joints. Not DJ Moore specifically, but just a couple joints that looked like they could be big plays, and they ended up on the ground. It's like, man, that pressure got to him. Pressure got to him, I guess.
Yeah.
He even the touchdown.
Yeah.
It's like he couldn't see it. It's like he
Yeah.
couldn't see the ball. Like, and that joint just got up on him quick. And he was like, ugh.
Liddy, what's good, brother? Liddy in the house.
Liddy, what up?
Yeah, man. And I don't know if I got this in here. Let me see. I might not be even able to see it, like talking about. Nah, it was kind of small, but I was looking at the stats, man. Very similar stats across the board. Both quarterbacks completed 24 passes. I think 1 through 48. I went through like 46 or whatever.
Wow.
Very, very, very similar in a lot of the categories there, man. It just came down to really who executed at the right time and who did not.
Well, what do you think actually happened though? Like, we are praising or giving credit to Chicago, but Green Bay got to get some blame. Like, it got to be some blame on Green Bay. What the heck happened?
I don't know, man. I think we talked Thursday, and I was telling you, it's something about this team that's just been not right, period, for these last few weeks. And we can talk
since
about
the beginning of the season. Since the beginning, even with winning since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but they had a couple of games where it looked like they may have found their stride. But man, lately, like, I don't know. I just don't know. They can't close the door on people.
Yeah.
Offensively, I'll take my hat off to Jordan Love because, I question what he would look like coming back from that injury, and he was slinging. Him and Romeo was out there.
All the weapons was outside, though. All the weapons was outside.
Yeah, like, but defensively, man, jeez, like we can talk all we want to about what it meant or didn't mean for Dallas when they lost Michael Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man, losing Michael Parsons was bigger in this instance. Was big. Now, I'm not saying that would have determined the outcome of this game.
Right.
And granted, they did already have Caleb Williams on the run a lot in this game, especially early when he had to force some things on 4th and 1 or whatever. But when it mattered, outside of maybe 2 passes, I think that Caleb made brilliantly while he was under pressure, he had enough time to get it to folks. You see what I'm saying? And at certain spots. So I would definitely say that could have something to do with it. But defensively, they just, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Trickle down effect, I don't know. I will say, I know I was laughing in my head because I knew it was going to come out all over social media. I didn't see it last night, but this morning I woke up to quite a few memes. And they were Cowboy fans taking tabs at Diggs. All type of Diggs. Yeah, man, Diggs, we got that one and done treatment.
Oh, that's wrong.
You know how folks do, man. But
that ain't right.
They got to go back to the drawing board, man. And now questions about LaFleur, because LaFleur actually people were saying he's done. He actually has a year, I believe, left on that deal. But they were supposed to be getting to this thing talking about an extension. But now it kind of makes you wonder, depending on what type of terms they are actually on, blowing a 26-point lead. I don't know about everything else that's going on. Would they consider possibly not extending them, maybe not making the move if they can get interest from some of these other coaches? And we know the hottest coach, of course, which we'll touch on a little bit later quickly, but it's Harbaugh. And he'll be linked because I do remember when the job became available last. I don't know how serious it was. But there were some talks that people in his party were supposedly at least had an ear open for that job for whatever reason. So I don't know if the interest was serious, but that's just what they were saying.
Right. Very interesting.
Yeah, man. So I don't, I'm not quite sure. Something to watch though. As we've already had a couple of surprises already. Like, no, they're gonna bring LaFleur back for the Delta. We don't know nothing these days. We don't know anything.
For real.
And we don't know anything, so. But yeah, not what the Packers expected, man. 31-27, they got sent home. Hey, blame on the kicker. Huh?
It's what we expected though.
Yeah, for sure.
You and I had Green Bay by 3-2. Well, you and I had Green Bay by 2 and 3, respectively. I mean, had Chicago by 2 and 3,
Two
respectively.
and three.
And Didge, he picked with his heart and picked against Green Bay. So strike him from the list. So he went
Yeah,
1-1.
we're gonna have
We
to. We're gonna have to. You got to report to the principal's office for next week. For next week's show, if available. Cause, well, you did let us know you had something popping off.
He
Today,
did.
you got by 11:30, but you ain't show up at all. You ain't send nothing. And judging by the comments last night, he was hot, bro. Like he was hot last night. But so
Yeah, I knew he was a hater. He tried to act like he wasn't a hater. Definitely.
he is upset that they gotta continue to be talked about for at least another week.
Yeah, he gonna get them texts. Lord, don't let New England lose.
I'm not look. There's my boy. I'm not gonna let him off the hook though, because I'm not gonna let him use that they not a team that anybody feared. That ain't what the conversation is no more. They far exceeded
We passed that.
expectations. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who fears them or not. They can go the next week. They can go get beat by 25. I'm just saying these people won a division, beat a rival, beat a rival. We were just talking about can't beat people in the division, and made it past the first round. I'm not expecting anything. They can get beat by 25, 30 next week. I'm just saying.
Did Chicago and San Francisco play this year?
I don't think they. Let's see. I don't think they did.
Because I mean, Chicago dragged us. We take some of that blame, but Chicago dragged us. But I'm trying to think if they played Chicago and San Francisco played, because we can't put it past them to be right up in that NFC Championship at this point.
Oh, you can. You definitely can. You definitely can. Anything is possible. Next thing you know, Don got it in the comments. He said, "Yeah, they won 42-30." Now I remember just because of the score. Yeah, I remember just because of the score, because I was like, we gotta take them serious. Like
if they beat both of us, and we going.
I remember
Chicago next week. One of the other going to Chicago. You gotta. Them people could. The Super Bowl ain't that far away. That's all I'm saying. The Super Bowl is not that far away. Not an impossibility.
And the crazy thing, we should have remembered, because it was just a couple of weeks ago.
It felt like it was recent, but I can't even picture the game. Mm-hmm. I can't even picture the game.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. So, man, shout out. Good info right there. So, hey, today be coming with if that were to happen, when it was to happen, they be coming to Soldier Field.
Yeah, we both we both going to Soldier Field regardless.
Yeah, so yeah, man. Hey, man, Mr. Weather let us down yesterday, man. We getting all these
what happened?
We getting all these pictures of snow coming down. Spike Lee was at the game. Spike Lee out there, snow all on his glasses. Talking about happy he gonna be up in the booth. They showed the ground, everything out there was covered with snow. And the next thing we know, they didn't scooped all the snow up, they got floor heaters or something. I don't know what they did. Snow wanted to stop falling. I was highly disappointed. The only thing that saved my evening is that we got a fantastic football game.
Yeah, true that. True that is.
Yeah, but we gotta get that corrected. I need that corrected next week.
That was whack though. We needed that. I
need that corrected next week. Yeah. So I think y'all be better. Y'all might be better suited for that weather than the 49ers. But I've learned not to count the 49ers out of anything this year. They've been crazy.
Yeah, you can't mess with them people. They feeling good these days too. They got on that roll since Purdy came back, for the most part. And yeah, we're gonna see though. We're gonna see, man. All right.
So let's jump on over to Sunday then. Let's jump on over to the day. We got 3 games popping today, and then we got 1 game popping tomorrow. First up, I'm gonna say on the docket. I mean, are we in court? Well, we're gonna pass some judgment today, so I guess.
Boom, boom, boom.
So, first up, man. Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one, man. We got the Bills taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who would ever thought we would still be talking about Jacksonville here in the playoffs, man?
With Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
No.
That is crazy, man. That is crazy. But we're here. And these guys are legit, man. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars are legit. If you haven't been paying attention, this ain't been no fluke. If you actually paid attention to the way they play on both sides of the football, they got a squad, man. They have a legit squad, man. And you got to take your hat off to Trevor Lawrence because we've been all the jokes and everything that we've had about him over a few years. He's had a season.
For sure. Trevor Lawrence has gotten busy. The whole squad, it's like they're a natural team. The whole team has done their part. But Trevor Lawrence, even though he's on the outskirts, he got to be in that MVP conversation at least. At least a little bit. I know, he on the outskirts, like I said, dark horse, but got to be in the conversation.
Man, he definitely has to be in the conversation. He's impressed me a lot late in games. Everything else, and the squad itself has impressed me because offensively, we came into this season thinking about, okay, we know what Etienne can do. We know, okay. We know that Washington had a nice first season there. And I was like, we expect him to do big things.
Right.
They go out and make a signing here. They go out and get Myers. Like I said, that's a good pickup. I'm thinking that's a guy that actually the opponent today should have looked into.
Right.
But these last few weeks, this kid Parker,
Washington.
Parker Washington, man, bro, decent. Two touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. Very steady, very sure-handed. So now, I mean, you got pretty much a three-headed monster going on. I can say they're a monster, but you got three reliable guys there. Tight ends are not bad at all, and then they can run the football. I mean, Etienne had a lot better first part of the season he has down the stretch, but we know he's very capable in the passing game as well. So you talk about a complete team, a team that plays offense and really good defense, especially run defense. They solid, and we're talking about a team that would it surprise me if we're sitting here on Championship Sunday talking about this still, and just because of what they have, it definitely wouldn't surprise me.
Definitely agree with that. Tough squad. Our expectations of Buffalo, have been high, are always high because they have Josh Allen, and then you mix in the fact that there's no, which I think is less of a big deal than people sell it, but there's no Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson, no Joe Burrow. Like he's the quarterback of the ones that are left in the AFC, and everybody's like, this is the easiest road. I don't think that makes the road the easiest road. I get it in theory, but man, it's 22 people, 33 people, 44 people, 55 people on that field, and everything matters. Especially, man, you think about, like, we've seen the kickers become a more and more integral part of the actual outcome, even in the things that we've known for years to be routine.
Yes.
And kicking ain't routine no more. I just want to be clear. Kicking it's not as routine as it used to be, and I don't think people give any credit to that or put any blame on that. Y'all know the goalposts move, right? They move the goalposts. Like, it's harder to kick a field goal, and you see people like what's your man's name for y'all? Your kicker.
Oh, Aubrey, man, all pro.
See, you got dudes like him kicking 60 easy, looking like money, and they kind of got people, and they thinking things are sweet, and it is not. It is not. I'm trying to tell you.
Y'all know what time it is. What up, fam? Y'all know why I'm here. We know why you here today, and we know
why you here.
We know you hyped too, Bernice. What is up?
What you doing around here?
Man. No doubt.
Doing around these parts.
You know she up representing. She getting everything taken care of, knocked down today, doing everything she got to do. So there's no interruptions.
Oh yeah.
And the Patriots and Chargers go get busy later today. I can't wait for that game. I'm hype about
Look, Daryl ain't got nothing to do, so
that.
he ain't got nothing to watch this particular season. So yeah.
Hey, so you wrong, man. You wrong for that one.
I'm just saying. My man's in them.
Now you know what I'm talking about with them tight ends, bro. He got Brandon Strange going for 2 TDs today, and that can happen. That can happen.
Who's that?
Don said he got Brandon Strange going for.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's tough.
He also said kicking ain't easy.
You know what it is?
Pippin ain't easy, and kicking ain't easy.
That's it.
Hey, Renee, she get the laughing mode. You know she gonna tell Darryl. I think he gonna have some words for you next time you see him.
She already told him. I ain't know it. This has already been reported.
Wow, that's wilding. But yeah, man, they Buffalo. Yeah, you mentioned, he doesn't. Josh Allen. This is it. If there's ever a time if anybody's pulling for him, this is it though. Because not just the source that those guys are gone, as you mentioned, the usual suspects are not in the playoffs, but you realize he beat all 3 of them at home this year.
Mm.
He beat all 3 of them at home, which is crazy because they're on the road today. So he got a lot to prove. He beat all 3 of them at home, but he's on the road today. And I hadn't gone over it like with the magnifying glasses yet, but I do remember probably on the road, the one big one that he did have on the road was against Drake May. Not quite the same, because we got Drake May in contention for the MVP this year. But Drake May doesn't have the playoff resume right now of the guys that we brought up earlier. But just something to think about. How does Josh Allen react today? How does he come through, or does he come through for Buffalo? Did
you see that? I don't remember where it was, so I can't even say if it was real. But it was somebody talking about how we act like Josh Allen is the only person on Buffalo's offense.
Really?
Even to this point. But he got James Cook, the tight ends of this. I mean, it was a whole thing. It was like multiple things they said. And I was like, that's a very interesting take. I don't know if it was I don't think it was a person. I think it was a site, but I just don't know if there was a reputable site or not. But they were like, man, he got weapons. We treat it like he don't have weapons, like, and he does. I mean, of course, we know James Cook is that dude, but it was an interesting read.
Well, that's very interesting because let's be real. Let's be honest, man. Nobody outside of James Cook, nobody's going to immediately start shouting about anybody else, any of their receivers, right now. And not that, they ain't got guys that can make plays. We know we've seen Mac Hollins and these guys get busy. What I'm saying is, over time, and once you take James Cook out of it, I like Kincaid, I like Dawson Knox, bro. But we're not talking about them as any top echelon tight ends. I actually was one of the people that thought Dalton Kincaid was a little better than he's been since he's been in the league. Not that he's trash, because he's actually good. But I'm not ranking him in my top 5, 6 tight ends, okay? I'm not ranking any of their receivers in my top 5 or 6. Now, James Cook, that's different. Oh, that's different. James Cook, he only led the league in rushing this year, right?
Beast mode.
So I'm going to give you that. So to me, that website or whoever made it, to me, they trying to throw a little bit of shade or they overvalue people. That's just my opinion. They overvalue people.
Fair enough.
But yeah, speaking of, that one weapon, we're talking about James Cook. League's leading rusher, going against the league's leading best run defense. So that could be where the game is won or lost, possibly today. And that is a very distinct possibility, man. Now, handling him rushing the ball is one thing. How they handle Josh Allen taking off and running might be another thing. So I'm really scared. I'm kind of shaky about this game, to be honest with you, man, because I don't really know who to pick. My heart, I want Josh Allen to have this real shot at getting this ring. I'm not a hater, you know what I'm saying, whatsoever. I think it would be one of the better stories we've had in a while to get there the way that team is constructed. On the other side, I think Jacksonville is a great story, man. I think this is a great story of all they've been through these past few years. So I just don't know. But I'm going to lead it off. I'm going to tell you, bro, hey, my heart is with Josh Allen today, but my pick is going to be Jacksonville to win this game. They playing at home. Like I mentioned, that run game, that run defense is serious. And they seem to have figured out a whole lot of things. That defensive front is stout. All right, so I'm going to take, in my head, not in my heart, I'm going to take the Jags to win this game 28-24.
Ooh, come on, Prime. I already wrote my score down. I just want you to know. I wrote your score down as well. I got Jacksonville 30-26.
Woo! So we in the same stadium.
Yeah. I don't think Buffalo can beat these people. I shouldn't say can't beat these people. I just think Jacksonville is underappreciated by me as well, because you know how I feel about Jacksonville and Carolina. More Carolina than Jacksonville, but I don't trust these people normally. But I have seen too much this season. I've seen too much to not give them the credit and the respect they deserve in this moment. And I think it's going to be a whole different conversation, regardless if Josh Allen throws for 300 yards, runs for 2 touchdowns, and throws 2 touchdowns. Once they lose this joint, they're going to be on his head, boy. They're going to be on his head, on his neck, whatever body part y'all want him to be on that's unpause worthy. If you choose, they're going to be on that, because him not getting out the AFC this season is going to be a problem for everybody who thinks that Josh Allen is overrated at all.
Hey, Josh, don't let them do that to you, man. Don't let them do that to you today, bro. Please don't let them. Hey, looks like Don is in the stadium with us. He's in the stadium with us, bro, because he got the Jags 31-27.
Golly, we all got 4-point wins for Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. That's wild.
That is crazy. It's crazy. So we're going to see how that one, what happens in that game there. Let's see. What we got here? All right, you know what time it is. We got to get to it. Next up, in these matchups here, we got to go with the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. So we got to get to it. I'm feeling crazy about this one too, because I kind of don't know which way to go. I can see a lot of pros are going with Philadelphia. I don't know what Eagles team I'm going to get.
Right.
I can see a lot of reasons to go for San Francisco, but they scared me a little bit in that last game. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna let you talk about it, man. What's your feelings on this matchup, man? Because what y'all got to do to come out with the victory?
This joint is stressful, bro. This is a stressful matchup, because San Francisco has been so good outside of the last joint. San Francisco has been so good recently, and just overall, like, they've been a surprise. I don't even think people realized how good San Francisco's record was leading up to the last 5-6 weeks, because they had been going through so much turmoil, which is y'all need to talk to the strength and conditioning people. Like, are they okay? It seems like every season it is 12 people down from San Francisco. I know it's the NFL, but San Francisco specifically seems to lose a lot of people every season or every other season. Very often. That's what I think. I hope I'm not making that up. So they can be scary. One thing's for sure. The middle of that field ain't the same. Ain't gonna never be the same without that man. Without that man, Federico. Without that man, and that could be a foreseeable issue. I don't know what to tell you, but I personally, I don't trust the Eagles offense. This season specifically, obviously, like we've seen the struggles before, and for some reason, I've seen so many people, publications, whatever, on this. The Eagles offense is gonna miraculously start showing up when the playoffs start. I don't know why y'all think this is a thing. Like who goes into the playoffs and just shows up out the blue? This is not normal. This is and me as a realist, I don't expect that. The expectation of that is silly. If it happens, cool, but to expect it is silly. Like it doesn't make any logical sense. Um, but we can hope. We can hope. I do expect a lot of AJ Brown today, though. I expect a
Yeah,
lot of AJ Brown today.
yeah,
If nothing else, even if it's not a lot of Saquon, which it should be, he should get his touches, but it's going to be a lot of AJ Brown today. Opportunities, you know, 50-50 balls, and getting to the end zone. A lot of AJ Brown, and I expect that because I got him in my FanDuel lineup, and I don't ever put AJ Brown in my FanDuel lineup because you
when I
know
don't, he
I
blows
don't want
up.
to be disappointed twice normally. He don't show up, and then my FanDuel lineup go down the drain because I spend money on him. But yeah, it's if only the offensive line was the offensive line of a year ago.
Yep, that's gonna be big.
Stressful, bro. So I'm over here sweating. I got a whole outfit on and a skull cap. That's not why I'm sweating. I'm sweating because of this game.
You ain't got the flag out there outside the crib, do you?
Not the flag. No, ain't no flags flying. Ain't no flags flying.
Ain't no Eagles flag out there.
No, no. This is enough. Oh, shout out, and I mean this in the most negative way. Shout out to the multiple people I saw this morning who did not say "Go Birds" when I said it, and they had on Eagles gear. Why y'all people just be showing up with Eagles gear all of a sudden and don't know the protocol? Like, what are we doing?
What is it, the grocery store and stuff?
Yeah, multiple people. Go Birds.
Ain't
I
that
had
like a
one.
Sunday morning?
I
Y'all
had one
saying
look at me twice. They looked at me twice. I said it the first time. They stared at me the second time, and they didn't say a word. I ain't say nothing the second time either. I was like, oh, I mean, we already want. I give you one opportunity. After that, you might as well have on the San Francisco 49ers sweatshirt. I don't even care no more.
Eagles fans don't stick together. And
That's what I'm saying.
that's crazy.
Respect the
That's
bird.
crazy.
Respect the bird.
That's crazy, man. You mentioned earlier, man, about you would hopefully get Saquon going. That's my thought with this one. It's got to be a time that Saquon really gets going. No better time than right now. They find a way to make those pieces they put on y'all's offensive line, make them work, and come out there and give them. Because look, the Niners defense ain't exactly been setting things on fire. You mentioned Fred Warner going. You mentioned all the other injuries. All the injuries they've had, man. And that's why I'm hesitant to take San Francisco. I know San Francisco can score. How effective is McCaffrey going to be though? Even when they do score, Jalen Carter and all them still up there in the mix on that D line. So I do think that the 49ers will try to attack more to the outside when they do attack out here. So chess match. But run the football, Philly. I think that's your thing right there. Now, as far as the offense getting going, as you mentioned, you can lean back. I know this ain't last year's squad or the year before that and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I am correct, your boy Jalen Hurts is 5-0 at the crib in the playoffs. 11 TDs, no INTs at the crib.
Mm.
Right, so that should give Philly fans some hope. And that's all I really got to go on in this game because I just want a good game. I don't care who wins it. I mean, both y'all can lose for real. I mean, can both y'all lose? Somebody else go?
You care.
Oh, okay. I guess. But just give us a good game, man. Just give us a good game. I don't want to see nothing lopsided, nothing too sloppy. I just want to see. But I want to see some scoring. I want to see a fest where can't nobody stop nobody.
Mm.
Every time we look, AJ Brown streaking down it. Next possession, Saquon break the jump for 55. 49ers possession, your man McCaffrey catch a jump on a screen for 38 yards on a TD. Kittle over the middle for a 35 yard. I need to see that all day. I need a track meet. So I'm going to take Philly only because of Jalen Hurts' impressive playoff record. And I got y'all winning 33-30.
Okay, Brian. You're the first person in 2025-2026 season to say I'm taking Philly because of Jalen Hurts outside of Eagles fans. Because you know they are very negative about Jalen Hurts out in these streets.
Oh, I know.
My man got 5 interceptions this season. 5. My man had one. He had 1 interception, and people like, hey, you know they're gonna bench him, right? They about to bench him. He's thrown what? What are we doing? We just out here doing anything. All right, if y'all say so. If y'all say so.
So I'm qualified to talk about Jalen Hurts because I know a little something about folks feeling a certain way about your quarterback and some don't, like a little infighting inside the organization with fans. I understand.
Man, but he didn't say Dallas, y'all, so I'm not going to count that. I'm not going to count that as a Dallas mention by Prime. So
only Dallas reference we had today, you brought it up. So
my apologies. I'm going 26-17 Eagles. 26. You know what? Let me stop. 26-20. 26-20 Eagles. Let me get these people 20 points.
I'm going to say, man, I know you can do people's like that. And
you know what?
That offense.
26-17 Prime. I'm sorry. I'm going back to my original statement. 26-17 Eagles. That defense shows up. Hopefully the Niners are more of the team that scored 3 than the team that scored 38 recently. So Bird game.
Only 17 points for the Niners.
17. Have you seen the Eagles defense?
Oh no, that's what I know. But still.
I mean, you know, you got an all-pro on one side, you got an all-pro jumping around in the slide, you got an all-pro in the middle. Like you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Man, Shanahan a master strategist, man. You would think he can find a way to get 20 points. I guess that
he couldn't find a way last week.
Yeah, that's true. He definitely couldn't find it in the next one, last week. That's what it is. And you already know Don got his Niners in a really good game, 29-28.
Oh, 29.
More drama there. Could it be another kicker game?
It could get dramatic. And
you know,
I don't like the idea of it being a kicker game because things just ain't the same for kickers. Yeah.
I would say this for the Niners. The one thing is they got to limit the Niners to under 4 yards or less on first down. I saw something maybe about a week or so ago that said that as good as the Eagles are in short yardage, when they get less than 4.5 yards on first down, they are at the bottom or near the bottom when it comes to 3 and outs. So y'all getting 4.5 yards on first down is important for y'all.
Yeah. You know how we do on third down. We stink it up. I don't know what you ain't got to explain that much. We need first downs on first down. For real.
Yeah, they pretty bad, man. They're pretty bad when it comes to that.
Absolutely. For sure. It don't matter if it's 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 2.
Just bad. All right. Next up on the slate, the Chargers and the Patriots got the night game going on tonight. Ought to be very entertaining. That's why Bernice was here. Let you know the Patriots are still playing football. And they playing it at a very, very high level. And we're taking on, Jim Harbaugh and his Chargers, man. Chargers been a team that's been, up and down, depending on what side of the football you're looking. Offense looks really good some weeks it doesn't. Defense has been outstanding a lot of weeks, but they're always there for a slip-up. But they've been really, really good, man. So I've been watching the health reports for Omarion Hampton, but it looks like he should be good. I guess he's going to play tonight. Big burst, big boost for the Chargers in that aspect because they can get him going. But yeah, man, this ought to be a really good game. I looked at it, and I know some people might not agree. But of the three games, just the feel of this game, this is actually the game I did want to be the latest game out of
Yeah.
what we got today. So I don't know, man. What you think we're gonna get out of this one?
Well, honestly, as much as I want this to be a good matchup, I want to see some back and forth action, and I don't care if it's offensive or defensive greatness that we see. I really can't can't imagine the Chargers winning this game. I can't imagine the Chargers. I'm trying to. I'd like to, but I just can't imagine the Chargers winning this joint. And maybe I'm just tired of the Chargers. Maybe it's Caesar. It's probably Caesar. It's probably Caesar. He started out. He started out the new year with some slander, uh, in one of my Facebook posts, and I'm not. I'm not really feeling. I'm feeling like Dez right now. I'm just going personal, bias, and I'm not really here for the disrespect, especially at the start of 2026. Let's go Patriots. Drake May, you're my guy as of today.
Drake the guy, man. Drake is that guy, and all eyes will be on Drake May because you know what the question is going to be, and then the questions coming into this game is Drake May, as great as he's been, he hasn't been but so great in the few games that he's faced against like top notch defenses, right? He has, matter of fact, he hasn't faced a top 10 defense the entire year.
Wow.
And
Really?
and Diz will attest to that. Diz will attest to that because we may talked about how, you know, to be fair, him and Juwan talked about how favorable the early season schedule were.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no team has been ranked in the top 10 at defensively at the time that they faced them. The closest they got was number 12. Number 12, and if I remember correct, that was the Chargers game, I believe. Anyway, yeah, but so they faced the top 12 opponent. But the Bills. I'm sorry, the Bills were ranked number 12 at the time that they faced them, but they haven't ranked a team that was ranked in the top 10 at the time that they faced them. So,
and where the Chargers sitting right now?
The Chargers are, I don't know.
Think they like fourth in rushing, fifth in passing, or something like that.
They top 5. They've been that way.
Yeah.
So, it's coming. Now, I will say, if you go back to that game, it was the Bills, and I think about it, because your boy didn't even throw for 200 yards. Not that has to happen nowadays, but we've seen Drake May come out of games with 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? 145 yards, you know what I'm saying, passing, and 3 touchdowns or something like that. So we've seen him go out here and do work. But in that game against the Bills, remember, they lost that game. He didn't have any passing TDs in that game. They did rush for 2, but he didn't pass for anything. He had 155 yards passing. So he playing against a defense today that's definitely been better than what Buffalo has, given us the entire season. So, we talking about Drake May and him possibly leading the MVP race. He up to him and Stafford. This would be a great day to go out here and show, what he can do.
It's going down. It's going down. I'm glad this is the last game as well. None of these games feel like a night game for real.
No.
They feel like day games, but I'm glad it's this one as opposed to the other two. Like, who wants to watch a night game in Jacksonville? That don't even sound right. That sounds real crazy.
Eagles Niners could have worked, but it's just something about this game. I'd rather be it's NBC, the Patriots. I'd rather see this one be the night game.
Yeah, I think they did a good job of scheduling these joints.
Yeah.
Outside of the fact that 2 of the NFC joints was yesterday, as opposed to one AFC, one NFC. Aside from that, I think they did a great job scheduling these joints and putting the NFC game in the middle of the 2 AFC games. I think that's cool as well. I think I think they did a good job scheduling this.
I do too.
That said, man, I think it's 617 Patriots Way. I don't know what the address is at all.
I was gonna say that's really what he had.
That's the area code, I think. 617. Is that? I may be tripping. I might have made that up. But I got the Patriots getting through this thing, man. And for the third time, I've never picked the same number like every game. I'm stuck on 26 today. I don't know. You know what? It just hit me. Saquon Barkley. I'm stuck on 26. I did not do this on purpose. It literally just hit me. 26-16 is the final score. The New England Patriots get the dub. The Chargers go to the crib, and yeah, but it's gonna be an entertaining game, back and forth. Maybe it will come down to some missed kicks here and there, but I got the Patriots getting out of here with a double-digit win. Not because it's a blowout, just because it just ends up being that way.
I was trying to look up the area code. I don't know. It says missing Maine is 207, Vermont.
I feel like Boston is 617.
Massachusetts has multiple. There's a 617.
Boom.
Yeah,
I mean,
617. They like us around here. You know what I'm saying? When we got the 804 and the 540, right down the street is 540 now. 434. They have 617 and 857, but that's strictly for Boston. And so
857. I ain't never heard that, John.
yep.
That's wild.
They got both up there. But yeah, you said 26, was it 26-17?
26-16.
26-16. Don got the Pats 27-17. And I too would take the Pats 27-23. I too would take the Pats 27-23.
Anybody listening to this show for the first time probably think we are all in cahoots with these numbers.
Yeah, these scores and stuff been crazy close in most of these games.
Matter of fact, there's 9 picks total between us three. We picked the same team.
Except for one.
Eight of the 9 games. 8 of the 9 picks. The only difference is Cuzzo picking San Francisco over Philly.
Nice. All right. It's the night game. Please do not disappoint us. And that leads us to Monday night. Monday night, we go in with the Texans and the Steelers set to do battle. And very intriguing on a lot of parts of this one. And one is because the Steelers, the way they got into the playoffs, you know, can they get out of the first round? We also have the future of Aaron Rodgers. If they don't win this game, I did see a report earlier today that said that he is actually open to playing again next season. And by all accounts, it seems to be as much, as high praise as he has for Mike Tomlin. Seems like that there's a chance if Mike Tomlin is there that he might want to come back.
That's interesting.
Not that I care, but he can go.
You care.
But I care about him or the team. But anyway, it's not about me. This is not about me. Got a matchup that's going on tonight, man. And I think if this game is big for anybody, I think it's very important for CJ Stroud to get out of this first round. I think he got to keep pressing on, because I think that, we talked about quarterbacks and their development and how we've seen big changes and them, looking like they're ascending in the right direction. Like we were talking about Bryce Young earlier. I do think it's important that CJ Stroud does not take a loss in the first round of these playoffs, bro. He can't happen for him.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Brown. I don't disagree. I've given CJ Stroud a little bit of a difficult time. Not too crazy, but he kind of earned most of what I said, for real. Like, I don't have any reason to dislike him. But thankfully, that defense is going to show up. So there's that. And DJ got to just not trick it up. That's what it's gonna come down to. Don't trick it up, bro. Whatever you do, don't let the blame be on you. Blame it on the rain. Do what you got to do, whatever. But don't trick it up for Houston. Man, oh man, Aaron Rodgers ain't black. My bad. I was about to say we got 2 black coaches and 2 black quarterbacks, but nope, definitely not. My bad.
I don't think anybody ever mistake Aaron Rodgers for being black, bro.
Especially if they hear him talk.
I think it probably shocked some people when he talked about, as much as he talks about his love and admiration for Mike Tomlin, because from all the other things that we've seen, I don't know if I would ever see that, you know.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's a matchup that I can see in so many levels. I can see one point that we're looking at an absolute dud of a game. And we go to halftime at 6-3. You know, I can see a scenario where that, you know, one team actually goes into halftime up by 10. Like it's a lot with this game. It's a lot with this game because it's not been the traditional thing we've seen, especially with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has shown in some games that they can actually put up some offense even with the limited weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Then there are other games that are like the normal Pittsburgh. The Texans, we've seen the Texans dominate and stifle people. And CJ is on, like you mentioned, and we've seen some is the same old. Somebody gets goes and they get your boy Nico on lockdown, and the other guys hadn't decided they wanted to show up yet. Because the running game has definitely not been there this year. You know, they came in without Mixon. And so we're thinking that, you know, Chubb or somebody was going to be able to tote the rock and it's going to be able to do this thing. And they're going to have somebody that's going to be averaging at least 80 yards a game or something like that. That ain't been the case. They go get Willie Marks. Get Willie Marks to come in, and Willie Marks has looked good sometimes between the tackles. But that running game ain't scaring anybody.
At all.
Yeah, so
at all.
You know, so maybe they want to try to establish that one. But I think D'Amico is going to be fine either way. But depending on who you believe, you know, what does this really mean for Mike Tomlin? You know, they lose this bad boy. I mean, you think it'd be bad for him, or you think the organization just do what they normally do and he'll be back?
That's a good question. We had speculated, or people had speculated, that whoever lost last week between Baltimore and Pittsburgh, like they was playing for their job. If one kicker makes it, the other coach is losing, and that was not the case because they both missed. But we see Harbaugh out of a job after taking that L to Pittsburgh. So
y'all should have listened to me.
It just seems so crazy. And for anybody, any other team, you know, hey, it's whatever. Pittsburgh, though, the people ain't had but 3 coaches.
3.
I need y'all to understand. The Pittsburgh Steelers have had 3 head coaches. That is outrageous. That is outrageous. Some teams go through 3 coaches in 3 years. These people have had 3 coaches ever. Man. That's why they're the standard. I'm sorry, Brian. That, you know what? I ain't mean it, Brian. Don't mind me. I'm just talking. Yeah. Prayers up for Mike Tomlin. That's all I'm saying. He does what he needs to do. And I think appreciating not being bad in seasons where you should have been bad is overlooked by some people. So the expectation is what it is. You never know.
3 coaches of a team that was founded in 1933. 1933. Man, if you don't feel old, I ain't gonna get into my childhood, but yeah, just to think they ain't have but 3 coaches. That's crazy. That's crazy work. But there are questions. So I think this game is definitely important for him too, whether it's with the Steelers or, you know, what it could mean for his future elsewhere. So I wonder how Steelers fans really feel about Aaron Rodgers. Like, do they really like him? Do they want him back? Like,
They don't.
I guess if he would take them on a magical run some kind of way, then I don't think so. I don't think that maybe a lot of Steeler fans for a lot of reasons that I'm not going to name, but for some of them, but I don't think that a lot of them going to have the hatred or dislike that a lot of us have for Aaron Rodgers, because one, they play in the AFC. You feel me? So they don't, outside of them, what they played the Super Bowl years ago. Like, I don't think they would have the type of hatred that a lot of us have being NFC fans. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Yeah. Not as much. Let me say that. But I say that to say all of this, though. I'm hoping this is not a boring game, because it has that potential to be. And boring will be, to me, whatever CJ Stroud makes it. He can come out here like a superstar, bro, and get this slinging and go into halftime with 2 touchdowns, or he can just be the CJ that we've seen sometimes where it just don't look good.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to ride with that part, because it's hard for me to say that the Texans are going to put up 30 with that, the running game being a suspect, and I don't know what CJ I'm going to get. And maybe I get the other CJ, but until I'm comfortable with it, I'm going to keep it low. Their defense is enough to definitely stifle the Pittsburgh Steelers. That defense is real. You know what I'm saying? As Don said in the comments, they are not friendly. So I'm going on that. I am going to take the Texans 20-16.
Oh, 20. That's a nice score. I like that.
20-16. Don got the Texans 31-15, so he thinking we might see that other CJ, which I'm fine with that too.
Uh-oh. My pen. I know my pen ain't just run out of ink just now. That's wild timing. That's wild timing, Prime. It might be a sign. I don't know.
I got it.
It might be a sign. All right, let me see if this pen worked. There we go. Houston 20-16. Oh, this pen is nice. Where did y'all come from? Northeastern University. Oh, Jada got that, Jimmy. All right. And Cuzzo got Houston 31-15.
Yep.
31-15. I'm going for the upset, Prime. I'm going with the upset. Ooh. The upset at the crib. We saw how Carolina was able to maintain yesterday and almost get the upset. We're looking at, I think we picked Jacksonville, and although in reality it's probably not an upset, but I think the casual watcher would say it's an upset because it's Josh Allen on the other side. Even Chicago, for some people, was an upset because it was Caleb Williams or just being the Bears in general. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I'm going with I ain't gonna say what I'm doing. All right, I'm going with Pittsburgh. I ain't gonna say what I was thinking. I can't get to that 26 though. I can't get to that 26. I think I'm going 19-17 Pittsburgh.
19-17.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to steal this pen though. This
I like it, nice. Man. I like it. 19-17.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky. I know Don is sticking it out there, and he was saying, he see that 31. I'm not saying it can't happen. Like I say, CJ could be on fire at some point. It's just I just have seen too many times that they haven't been. It's scary. To me, I feel like if they get past the 20 points that I put up, it's maybe because there's a pick six involved, or that defense didn't wreck enough havoc that they getting the ball back deep in the home territory. You know what I'm saying? Stingley didn't pick somebody off at the 18. You know what I'm saying? They come through and take Rodgers down, on a strip sack, and the ball rolls inside. That's what I feel like. Then I can see that.
26-3 is not out of the realm of possibility. The Houston defense could just turn everything up, and Aaron Rodgers can't move, and he just stuck dead in the water. that could definitely be a thing. It could be a thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with my Pittsburgh. Though. I'm gonna stick with that 1917.
Anybody taking bets on if we see Stingley and Metcalf swing at each other? I mean, I'm just, they two of the fights guys out there. I mean, I don't know. Just what's gonna happen.
We ain't got time for that. Not today.
Long as it don't turn into an Andre Johnson, Courtney Finnegan type situation, we good money.
Nobody wants to see that. I mean, somebody wants to see that, but not in the playoffs. We need better. We need better.
Word up. So that should be a very, very entertaining day or 2 days of football upon us, man. I'm really looking forward to that, as well as the women's games that we talked about. College ranks all the way down to unrivaled. Yes, sir. Fire.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta check the time on that Breeze and
I don't think that's the other night. I think it's like 7.
Probably like 7 8. I mean,
it's 7:30 because it's the first game. Because the second game is the vinyl, the Hive and the vinyl.
Oh yeah. I definitely got to be charged up.
Charged up like my man Noah. But I bet it's like 7:30. It's like a 7:30 game.
7:30 to 8:45.
Yeah. The first game is the joint. So
let's get it, man.
Let's get it. Hey, I want to ask you this real quick.
What's up?
Just something real quick. We mentioned it last week before it went down, and now that it's went down. So these are coaches that we've seen that have lost their jobs. We're not surprised, definitely, by the second and the third. I brought up number 6. I brought him up last week when nobody was talking about him losing his job, and of course he was out of there. But the 2 for me, and Diz kind of alluded to this the other night about people feeling comfortable. We was getting reports that Mike McDaniel might be safe. Mm-hmm. He's one of the last coaches that got asked. Troy Aikman had something to do with why you had to get rid of him too. I mean, I don't know. And Jonathan Gannon, who seemed to be the safest of the safe, they fired this man 3-4 days after his birthday, after they sent him a birthday card.
Yeah, they don't care.
It's cold world, bro.
Cold world.
Yeah. But did you have any thoughts about any of these guys losing their job?
Number one, it was bound to happen. I mean, there's no better time than the present. You got to make a decision one way or the other. Are you going with Lamar? Are you going with Harbaugh? And they made their decision.
Yeah. People don't get that.
Number 2, that joint had to happen. Like that joint. Plus, somebody had to be the scapegoat for all of the Shedeur stuff. Somebody got to be a scapegoat. And being that Shedeur played better than some people would have expected when he finally got a chance, even though everything seemed to be against him. Somebody got to take that blame. So there it is.
Are you surprised? And I don't know if you've been hearing this, but I've been seeing it everywhere. Are you surprised that Kevin Stefanski is probably the number 2, at worst number 3 coach that they're saying out there they could get a job? Somebody want immediately. They want him immediately.
That was crazy because he had the interview immediately. He had the one joint.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on, the same coach from Cleveland? That's what y'all talking about? Yeah, that was crazy. It's still crazy, but they must see something in him. I guess. I don't know. I ain't see it, but it is what it is.
Crazy reports being linked to like 3 different jobs that I'm seeing right now. That people reached out immediately. So people got to maybe they just feel like that wasn't the situation for him, and maybe he was put in a situation.
They think
the Shedeur thing that is kind of crazy because much as I look at it and I beat down Kevin Stefanski, he didn't draft any of them quarterbacks. So he didn't 100% create that situation. So I don't know what was being said from the top to the bottom about who gonna play, who not gonna play, how we gonna do this. I don't know. Who am I to talk about anybody? The influence that upstairs might have on the coach, right?
Wow.
Who am I?
Fair point. Fair
Well,
point.
man, I
No,
know
they
I know
can't.
about that all too well. So I don't know.
They're
I
trying
don't
to
know.
get that Bill Belichick rollout from
Yeah.
Cleveland to somewhere else,
Yeah.
and then the next job you're gonna go crazy. Let's write that down. Stefanski, 2 jobs from now, he gonna be the man.
Because think about it. There was an obvious disconnect for not just between upstairs and the coach, even in the middle. Because we were
Yeah.
hearing stuff about even the guys, the GMs, and then that was making the picks might not have totally been on the same page with the owner.
Mm.
And that was the owner's move saying that y'all gonna draft should do. So I don't know. Like it's kind of hard for me to pass too much judgment on Kevin Stefanski because I don't know.
Fair enough. Pete Carroll
Harbaugh,
is what it is.
Harbaugh, you mentioned it had to be done. It
Yeah.
definitely had to be done because I told people before, and I was in group chat with some of my boys, and they was like, "Man, that's the dumbest thing." Da, da, da. And I'm like, "Nah, it's not." Harbaugh will be the number one coach out here. And the only way Harbaugh probably didn't have a job is if he chooses not to take a job this year in those positions. But it had run its course. I mean, what else do you want? It had run its course, right? The two of them, he had Lamar since 2018. They've accomplished one AFC championship game. And what is it? With 2 wins, I believe it was. Like that organization is used to going to Super Bowls every few years at least. You can't get more than one championship appearance at least. Like I think
more MVPs in championship games.
Yeah, like I don't, it's just both are good and great in their own right, but them and we did hear that one of the deciding factors too was that the offensive coordinator Monken and Lamar were beefing.
Yeah.
And they claimed that when they went in to have conversations with Harbaugh refused to get rid of Monken. That tells you right there.
Make a choice.
If they're telling you it's part of the problem and you can't, it might be your boy, but you can't see that it's part of the problem. They feel like that you can't advance. Then this whole relationship is broken.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? This whole relationship is broken. So somebody had to go. They chose the coach over the superstar quarterback, and you keep it moving. And I think it's a lot of good people out there looking for jobs that could be good for Baltimore. I see a lot of people talking about fix the defense. Yeah, the defense need to be fixed, but that don't get it twisted. That offense need to be fixed too.
For sure.
I don't know when just this defensive thing is coming back because they're used to the Ravens having these crazy defenses over here. What about the Ravens that you've seen in the playoffs that it tells you that the defense is the only problem? They ain't scoring enough points, bro. They're not scoring enough points in a lot of these games. So, it's going to take more than just fixing one side of football to get Lamar and the Ravens back to the AFC Championship.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah, but that was just my 2 cents. I don't know which I'm weighing on heavier on who I would like to see Harbaugh with. I keep him away from the Giants. I ain't trying to see Harbaugh in the division.
Yeah.
Very enticing job, though, by the way. I really do. I was telling Joel, I think that's an enticing job if you look at what you got to work with. But I see some.
Going to Miami.
Yeah, that Miami thing popped up. I'm like, you know what? That might be you right there, player.
That's you, player.
That's you right there. I know I did a couple of other jobs. The one thing I was joking about, and then I did see it popped up in their interest. I made the joke, and I think Caesar said something too, but made the joke about him ending up in Cleveland. You end up in the same division with the team that's let you go.
That would be fun.
Man.
That would be fun.
Those definitely getting CBS, right? We getting CBS and NBC, right?
First things first.
Yeah. But that's it, man. That's it. We're going to see how all of this unfolds and things go down today.
Yep.
It's this first joint about to kick off here in about 4 or 5 minutes. Anything we missed? Anything we need to bring up before we roll out?
Nope. It's going to be a good day, man. It's going to be a good day. I'm going to make sure the beer is cold and the snacks. I don't even know if I went to the store and didn't get myself a thing. Dang.
Man, that's Instacart, bro.
Not a chip, not a tortilla, nothing.
Yeah, you get Instacart or something.
Instead, no. just gonna be just drinking.
That's what it's gonna be. Nothing wrong with that either. Nothing wrong with that. Outside of this exciting sports day, anything you want to put out there for the people that they look forward to?
Oh, just a regular Beat Cypher Wednesday
Word
this
up.
Wednesday, and then this Wednesday also. It's been scheduled multiple times, but he texted me. He messaged me Friday night. We got producer Domingo pulling up for sessions with Source, so that should be crazy because the
Nice.
history goes back from Molly Mall and Cool G Rap and Big Daddy Kane and KRS One and Big Pun and the list goes on and on. So
Yeah.
we should get some good stories out of that joint. If he don't show up though, I don't know. I got to be done with him. I got to be done with him. It'll be the third time, third strike, legend or not.
Dope, dope. Yeah, I have nothing. I will let the folks who follow us on the hip hop side when we talk a little music. Source and I are working on. We will be doing a mixtape. We're gonna create a mixtape here soon of our favorite songs with hip hop just from this past year, 2025. We had a lot of great albums that kicked out. Some talked about more than others. I got a ton of them on albums that weren't talked about as much, but still, we're gonna create a mixtape for 2025 of our favorite joints.
Yeah,
Here sometime soon, so we'll let you know when that is.
for sure.
We'll knock it down. But as always, we hope you enjoy your football or sports Sunday or whatever you're going to do. Appreciate you for rocking with us. Appreciating if you're checking this out later. Appreciate you as well. You can always find us on Facebook, the SBP, and also the SBP TV is the page. Also over on YouTube, the SBP TV. That's where we be. And I've been noticing more and more. Some of y'all are checking in from that side, even some of our normal. So, and I appreciate it. But until next time, we'll catch y'all next week. We out.
Bird.